Okay, today I'm ready to trim this piece that I made yesterday. Before I trim, you can see that there's a little roughness on where I cut it using the cheese cutter. So the first thing I want to do is try to remove the roughness of the edges, just using my fingernail to do that. Okay, so the roughness has been removed and I'm ready to trim. Before I trim, I wanted to center it. If you are a beginner and you don't know how to tap center like I do, here's the trick. You want to try to find the spot that is off center, and then you can push back from that spot. So kind of find a very sharp tool, like a needle tool, or even your fingernail, just finding a steady spot, and then just rest it your arm here, and then slowly approach. You can see that the sharp edges is gonna make a mark on your part. So this line here touch the tool first, so you know that this part is off center. So you're gonna push back from this direction, and here is the line. So the middle of the line is the most off center spot. So you're gonna push this direction. This is the center, so you're gonna push this direction to the center. And I usually move around the wheel so that the up center is close to me, and then I'm just using my thumb, finding the middle part, and then just slightly push it back to the center. And then after you've done that, and you want to do it again. And if you do it right, the line is going to get longer. So you see that now the line is getting longer. I'm using my finger here and then my thumb in the middle. Push it again. Keep on doing it until you can see that whole circle around. Okay, it's right here again. Right, this time is a little bit too far, so the line comes to the other side. So once you get closer to the center, you have to do it slowly. Do it just a little bit, tiny little bit. Now you see that the line, I can draw a line, the whole circle. So it means that piece is in the center. Okay, so that's the for beginner. If you don't know how to tap center like I do here, this is the way to do it. Maybe if you're a beginner, sometimes your piece is not very uniform, not all the way straight from the bottom to the top. You just test the spot that you want to trim. Like you want to trim the foot, and you just test here. If you want to trim the bottom, you test your bottom. So if your piece is not in a very good center, the whole from the bottom to the top, you just center the spot that you want to trim. Okay, so after I got my clay centered, I'm just using a clay coil to secure the part. And remember, when you are using the coil, make sure you see that I'm using my left hand here to hold down the part, so that it doesn't push away. You spend quite a bit of time to try to center it, and then you just find out when you try to use the clay coil and you push it away from the center. So make sure you hold down the part. Right. And again, this is my trimming tool. This is number 2. It's very versatile, very useful tool for trimming, the basic trimming. I'm holding the tool very tight, because if you don't hold it tight, sometimes you might get a chattering mark which you don't like. Sometimes you don't like your chattering mark. Sometimes you do, depending on what kind of effect you want to be doing. Since I was cutting using the string to cut it up the hump, usually the pattern is not going to be very straight, so you're going to take care of the pattern first. And what I do is I try to use my trimming tool and cut it from the center here. This is the center. I'm going to cut it from the center, from very center to the right, and slowly approach my tool. You can spin your wheel a little bit faster when you are trying to level the foot. Okay, I level the foot. As you can see that when I'm trimming, I try to find support of my tool. If I'm holding the tool just like that, it's a little bit loose, so I usually put my left hand here and extending my left thumb here, so the tool is resting on my left thumb to find the support. Okay, and then I'm going to cut a little guideline here so that I know that this is going to be my foot ring here. Using the corner of my trimming tool, I cut a little indent here. And then the clay in the middle, that's a little bit too thick here on the bottom, so I will trim that off to remove all clay from the bottom, from the center. And again, when you are trimming, make sure your tools always stay from the center point and stay on the right hand side instead of a crossover. If you cross over, it's against the direction the wheel, your tool is going to push away. So even you see that when I'm started, I start from here, but you see that I'm kind of holding my tool at an angle. Basically, I'm just using the corner, so it looks like my tool is crossed over the center point. Actually, it is not. Okay, it's just that the corner of this tool is touching the center point, and once I go to the side, I can kind of hold on, move my tool so that the edges is cutting more. So I start from here using the corner of my tool, and then I hold more level so that the tool is cutting this at this angle. Try to not get see what's the sound like. if it's getting thinner, the pitch will be higher, depending on the experience. You might want to sacrifice a couple pieces to be able to learn what the sound looks like, what the sound hears like after you cut your piece. And it's very important that you trim the base, the bottom, at the right thickness. Since I was throwing up the hum, so it means that when I compress, it's not compressed enough. So if I leave my the bottom of my pot too thick, I will definitely get an S crack. So I usually trim it within like 2 to 3 millimeters. And this sounds right. Okay, this sounds right. So I will stop right here and just finish up trimming, refine the foot. Cut a little angle here. You don't want to be the foot too sharp, too much of 90 degrees, because you are going to use your pattern. If the foot is too much, sometimes if you knock on something, it just a break. Okay, just come off, okay, chip off. So if you round the corner, it helps. Right. After I finish trimming, I usually like to have a shiny rock to burnish the foot, and also compress the corner so that the corner doesn't become too much of an angle. And I can compress here too. And if you think the this part after trim is too rough, you can always get a metal rib or something, or rubber rib to compress it so it will smooth. Use a metal rib or something that is smooth to compress it. So that's the trimming of the teabowl, and then I'm gonna use my stem. My stem is quite small. It's about maybe less than 1/4 inch. So I could stamp it right on the foot. Or maybe it's hard for you to see, but that way I don't need to assign my name. This stem is just serves as my signature. Usually it's right on the foot of my pot, a small signature there. It's for serving tea. It's a teabowl, so you can hold it with your both hands and drink. So these are all the tea container, tea bowls, tea cups, and even small teacups. Using the same method, cheese cutter to cut it.